Hi everybody, welcome to my channel today. It is the end of the year and I can't believe it, and we are at December favorites. I'm just in shock how quickly this year went by. We've had lots of good times, lots of bad times this year for me, and I'm excited to start the new year and the next chapter. So I am going to share with you guys what my favorites were for the month of December. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my December was just nuts. I just had so many things going on, you know, events, and then your Christmas shopping, holiday things, and cooking and preparing and all that kind of stuff on top of regular everyday life. So I actually didn't get a lot of time to watch YouTube. So I actually don't have a YouTube favorite for the month. I know I usually give you guys one, but I'm so behind on my YouTube video watching because I've just been so busy, and I also didn't have a whole lot of time to do new makeup looks because I was just quickly trying to get out the door, and I just grabbed what I knew and I didn't really play around with makeup too much. So I don't have a whole lot of favorites this month, but I do have a few really good things that I did really enjoy this past month. So the first one I'm going to tell you about is actually not something tangible, and it's something new I've never talked about before, is a movie. I never go to movies. I used to go to them when I was young and on dates and things like that, but my husband loves watching movies, and he has a home theater, a man cave. And I just never go in there, and I find it's just distracting being at home, and then the phone rings and I just think I have a million other things I can be doing than sitting watching a movie. So I rarely watch them, and I also find I'm very disappointed in them, and I would much rather read a book. So I'd heard a lot of hype about the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, and I mean, I know a little bit about Queen. I did enjoy their music. I think it was the 70s or 80s. I can't really remember. So I did enjoy that, and my mom and dad, who also don't go to movies, said that they had heard a lot about it. Some of their friends had told them to go and said, why don't we go to a matinee? And I thought, sure, why not? So we went to the movie, and oh my gosh, it was just so incredible. It was just a fantastic movie, and I highly recommend seeing it, and especially in the theater, because then you get that music and just the whole vibe. It was just such a lovely movie. There was so many things about him that I didn't know. So it was just a really nice movie, and then the music, and it was just really fun, and I highly recommend you guys going to see it. And that's from a non-movie person, so it really touched me, so I highly recommend seeing that. So now on to some beauty stuff. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is some eyeshadows, and I think I did a get ready with me early in the month with this Natasha Denona. This is the 5-pan palettes, and this one is the palette number 2. It's the burgundy colors, and I did a get ready with me because I used this a lot at the beginning of the month because it was such a quick and easy look to do as I'm racing out the door. Most of the time I just wore this color in the middle. So I am wearing it today just to show you guys in action, but I did add this little bit of Stila Kitten just in the corner here, just to rev up the shine and sparkle a little bit. I don't have anywhere special to go today, but I just thought I would add a little bit of festive sparkle because it's still this season. So I have been loving this palette. I've been really enjoying Natasha Denona. I have bought things in the past and her eyeshadows, and like I said, I bought this a year ago and it just kind of sat around, but I've been really appreciating her products, and I even ordered that new mini nude. I think it's coming today, so I'll keep you guys posted on that. Another one is from Elate. I've mentioned also, I think I did a get ready with me with this particular shadow. I will link these get readies with me down in the box below in case you're interested. And it's this color in particular. It's called Gifted. It's just a single shadow, and it is the most unusual pewter green. I have been wearing this so much this month. Elate has just beautiful cosmetics. It is a local company in Canada, in British Columbia. They are cruelty-free, they are sustainable, vegan. They are just a fabulous organization, and they make beautiful makeup. You know, sometimes something is kind of a miss when something is vegan, cruelty-free, and ticks all those boxes. The products tend to be mediocre. These are outstanding. So I highly recommend that. And just that's such an unusual color. So I thought I would add that to my favorites. And the last one in eyeshadows is this Sultry. I opened this about halfway through the month. The beginning of the month was this guy. And the other half was this Sultry palette. Now this one, I will admit, I ummed and awed about it during the VIB sale, and I just thought, you know, I've got so many shadows, a lot of Anastasia palettes that just sit in my drawer. I'm, you know, Modern Renaissance, I think I've used it like 4 or 5 times, and I worried that this would end up being the same, and there was a lot of cool tones in here. I'd heard it was really shimmery and sparkly, and so I just thought, Then it's limited edition, I believe, so that kind of put a fire under my bum, and I got the Beauty Rewards $100 perk, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna buy this with that, and that way I'm not spending my own money. And I bought this. It sat in my drawer because in November I just got so many eyeshadow palettes, and I finally cracked it open when I had a little bit more time to play with it and just focus on it, and I have used it nonstop for the last probably 2 weeks. I've just been thoroughly enjoying it, and I really, really like it. So I highly recommend that. I also did a Get Ready With Me if you're interested, which I will also link below. The next thing is again something from Elate. It is their cream blush, and I'm still chipping away at this sample. She just gave me such a generous sample, and the color is called Keen, and it's a cream blush, and it is just a universal perfect flush to your cheeks. You can keep reapplying and building it up to make it darker, or you can blend it out to just give you a little bit of subtle color on your cheeks. I'm wearing it today. I've worn it all month. I even picked up the full size, but like I said, I'm just chipping away. I haven't even touched the full size yet because I'm still chipping away at this sample, because you only need a tiny, tiny bit. And she just gave me such a generous sample when I went to that Elate event a couple of weeks ago, actually more than a month ago. The next one is from one of my Marshall's hauls, and it is the Clé de Peau concealer. I have wanted this for such a long time, but we don't have a Clé de Peau in the town I live in, and it's so expensive, so that also was a bit of a turnoff. And I didn't want to buy it just online, sight unseen, because of how expensive it is. And if I bought it, it would come from the States and all kinds of issues and expense. So I just put it on the back burner and thought, next time I go to the States, I'll go to a Clé de Peau counter. So lo and behold, I see it at Marshall's for half price, well, at least half price. And I picked it up just over a week ago. So this is a little bit of a cheat because I only recently got it, but and this is what I've been looking for as an under eye concealer. It is so sheer but pigmented, if that makes any sense. And it just melts into the skin. So it doesn't have that thick, cakey layer where it then starts sinking into fine lines and wrinkles, and doesn't show. Sometimes I show up all this like dry skin that just appears out of nowhere. You can see it's like all peeling under my eyes with some concealer. So it just melts into my skin beautifully. I absolutely love it. It's nice and creamy. So I've used this color. I got Ecru, and I've used it under my eyes. I've even used it as a little bit of cover up on my skin if there's some redness or something peeking through in this scarring that I still have from that cyst in the summertime. So highly, highly recommend this. I really, really love it, and I'm so glad I found it at Marshall's. So the next one is a perfume. I mentioned to you guys in my gift guide that I was getting the Givenchy Les Interdits, and I love that fragrance, and I got it as a gift set, and I was going to wrap it up and put it under the tree, but it was a large set, and I've realized now I need to get small bottles of fragrance because I go through them so quickly. I mean, go through them so slowly that I end up either getting sick of them or them going bad. So I think I need to stick to small bottles. So anyway, I tried on a fragrance at Sephora, and that is called Chloe Nomad. And I instantly fell in love, and I thought, you know, I can't get 2 fragrances. So I did end up taking the Givenchy one back. I hadn't used it or anything. It hadn't even gone under the tree yet. So I switched it for this one. It is, so I go for sultry, sexy, vanilla, amber types of fragrances, and this is none of those. This is totally opposite to what I would normally wear. It's so unusual, and it lasts forever. The next morning, I will still smell it on my wrist before I get in the shower. So it's super long lasting. It is such a grown-up, sophisticated scent, something like Chanel. Chanel, you can't really describe the scents, and that's how I feel about this one. I just can't describe it. It's just a very grown-up, sophisticated scent, and I highly recommend checking it out. They have that one at Sephora or the Bay or whatever. The next one also will come as no surprise, and that is frosted lips. I'm just addicted to frosted lips. It all started with this Nars vinyl Orgasm. Unfortunately, this is limited edition and it's sold out, so I've been scrambling to find other glosses. And in my collection, I had this one from Bite. This is the Champagne Pearl, and which is an old one, and they still carry it. They actually have a few of these Pearl Prismatic lip glosses, and then I picked up a couple of the Huda ones. So this one I did already have. This is Angelic. That's what I'm wearing today. It is an opaque shimmer, so it's not like a shiny gloss, shiny as in wet looking. It is frosted as in like metal shimmer, or whatever you want to call it. I just love them. The Nars one is my ultimate, but they don't make it anymore, so I use that one very sparingly. And I even got it just in a plain gold as well. I'm just loving these glosses. I just put them on top of every lipstick because it just has that metallic look, which I'm just loving. I don't know. Actually, it is in style. Sorry. I saw a video from Sephora. They did it a couple weeks ago. I'll link that below, on frosted lips, and apparently they are the new trend. So I am on trend with that. And lastly, for favorites, you guys know I have been searching for an eye cream. I don't care about wrinkles. I mean, I expect I'm going to have wrinkles, so crow's feet and all that. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. I just don't like vertical lines going down. That's what I'm getting, and it's like a puckered dehydration under my eyes, and I've been having it for the past couple of years, and I struggle to find an eye cream that solves it. The Shiseido, the Ultimune, that's a serum, and then eye cream, the Wrinkle 24. That seems to be a good combo, but I have been looking for something else, and somebody suggested Bobbi Brown. Actually, Kathy's Life. She got the hydrating eye cream and told me about it. So when I was in Sephora, I got a sample of the Repair, and then I got a sample of the hydrating because I wasn't quite sure which one everybody said was their holy grail. So I used the Repair at night, and I used the hydrating in the morning, and oh my God, they were both so amazing. So the gal gave me a really, really generous sample. She filled up almost a whole thing of one of those little tubs that they give you at Sephora. And then Kathy's Life actually sent me an email just before Christmas saying Bobbi Brown has a sale. If you spend $75, you get a full size of the hydrating eye cream. So I ordered the Repair cream, the full size one, and then I got the full size hydrating as a gift. Plus, I got a 5-piece makeup bag gift with purchase as well. It was just nuts. Some of the sales just before Christmas were insane. So yes, these are both still in the boxes. You're probably wondering how on earth they can be favorites. But those samples that I got from Sephora were just so generous. And I know that's terrible of me to get the sample from Sephora and then buy the cream from Bobbi Brown, but I just couldn't pass up this deal. So it ticks all the boxes. I am in love with these two products. So again, the Repair at night and the Hydrate during the day, and they are fabulous. So I do have two little fails. One of them also was a perfume. I kind of went crazy. I've put myself on a no-buy of perfume this year. I've bought the odd little travel ones, but I just have such a large perfume collection and samples, I thought I need to get through it. So I did finish one perfume, so that's why I felt I could get one more. But before I bought that Chloe one, I did buy one of the Huda fragrances. I don't know if you're familiar, but she came out with 4 fragrances. I think they're called Kayalı, and I think she's partnered with her sister in doing them, but they don't have them in the store. They're online only. So how on earth you're supposed to buy a perfume and they are pricey? So there was a citrus, a vanilla, an elixir, and a musk, and they all sounded divine. But I thought the vanilla, I think I can get away with because I know I love vanilla. How could it go wrong? So it arrived. I posted a picture on Instagram. Just so you guys know, I post a lot of my hauls on Instagram. And I put it on. It smells lovely. It smells like if you took vanilla essence that you use for baking and sprayed it on. So, it, you know, nothing crazy. It was nothing unusual or distinctive about it. It just smelled very pleasant. But it was gone in about an hour. And when it dried down, it kind of went funky as well. It was almost like I'd bought a Body Shop vanilla. There was nothing that special about it, so therefore I just couldn't warrant the price. So I did end up returning it. I felt terrible, but you just can't try them. They don't have them in the store, and even I went into the store and said, what should I do? And she said, just open it and use it because we can't offer you a sample, so what are you supposed to do? So that one did go back. And one other thing I got was something from the drugstore, and I've told you guys I hate buying things from the drugstore because many of the times I'm super disappointed in them and you can't return, or at least most of the time they don't want you to return. And then it's just a total waste of money, and just for a couple of bucks more you can get it from Sephora. So I bought the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. That's the one with the fuzzy tip. So many people said it was fabulous. It was a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. I didn't even like the Charlotte Tilbury one, but anyway, I thought I would give it a try. Oh my god, it just burned like hell. It was like I'd put a chemical under my eyes. I just had to take it off right away, and then I had all this peeling skin under my eyes. So that one was just, no, I wouldn't even give. Normally I give things that I can't return that didn't work out for me to my mom, and I was like, I can't do that to my mom. I'm not going to set her under eyes on fire. So that was a huge fail. Obviously, I'm just allergic to something in it. So if you're sensitive like me and have a lot of allergies, beware of that one because there's something in there that's very burny. So anyway, that concludes my favorites for December. And stay tuned. I am going to have favorites for the entire year. I think I'm going to separate them from cosmetic-y kind of things and then body skincare kind of things because I have so many. It'll just be such a long video. So stay tuned for that. And if I don't see you before the new year, although I might post those before, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. I know we have a few more days left and New Year's and all that, so enjoy the last little bit of it and time with your family and friends and enjoying this holiday season. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!